We're not good at talking about racism in this country, I think. Some people don't like you talking about racism if you're a white person. Some people are like, oh, cool. A white person's take on racism. This'll be good. Which I find offensive. It's like, without white people, you wouldn't even have racism, okay? So, a little bit of credit. Does Australia have a problem with being racist? That's what they ask on Sunrise every fucking week. All white panel. Does Australia have a problem with it? Problem? No, we're fucking awesome at it. We are crushing it on the reg. If there was a racism Olympics, we wouldn't go. There'd be foreigners there. But... Got any white people in tonight? Never cheer that. Never cheer that. Sit there and feel weird and awkward and guilty, please. That's the only appropriate response. Is Australia racist? Yes! Still going with Jan 26 for a national day. Still locking that one in. No, don't get me wrong. I think it's great that we have a national day to celebrate all the wonderful, amazing things about this country. This is an incredible country in many ways. Thumbs up, just not on that date. That's when the genocide and invasion began, okay? That's bad scheduling. That's not our beautiful birth as a nation. That's the gross way we came into existence. Celebrating Australia on Jan 26, that's like every year your parents ignoring your birthday and just chucking a party to celebrate your conception. And you have to pretend to be happy, but all you can do is imagine your mum and dad fucking each other's brains out. Happy birthday to you. Come on, Tom, why are you crying? It's a special day. Hold on! You invaded my mother! The pandemic was so weird because it was funny at the start. Do you remember when coronavirus was funny? We're all making jokes about the name. Coronavirus? Corona? That's like a beer that I drink. Then Tom Hanks got it and we were like, this is serious. Sheriff Woody is sick. Then Richard Wilkins got it and we were laughing again. Okay, we're back. Coronavirus got Peter Dutton, Boris Johnson, Jair Bolsonaro, Prince Charles, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, the northern beaches of Sydney, and Barnaby Joyce. It's the most effective left-wing activist we have seen in years.
Tom Ballard.
Thank you, friends. Pleasure to be here indeed. What a pleasure it is to be debating the news on the ABC. Personally, I've been worried about the ABC News department for quite a while, ever since they asked me to host Q&A. Fucking me. 27-year-old university dropout comedian who, in interviewing the Prime Minister on National Breakfast Radio, referred to her face as Julia Gillard. Where is the ABC going next with this? Next week, you got to tune in. I hear they're getting Husey to fill in on Lateline. Or something's fucked happened in Fallujah. And I'm not happy. Geez, you're a great crowd. Never forget that. Clearly, I'm joking. Of course, the ABC is the home of professional news journalism.
Melanie Vukovic, ABC News, Mount Sylvia.
Now to sport with Meredith Sheehan.
Fuck, it's good. Fuck, it's good. I think she did pretty well there, just looking at a pen. If that was me, I would definitely be picking my nose. Oh, I'd be up to the fucking elbow. What a brilliant metaphor for the current state of the news media there. Truly, Natasha Exelby represented all journalists. Lost, clueless, defeated by technology, she'd forgotten what the fuck a pen is. Of course you got fake news to make news, people. Everybody knows that. Everyone here knows. Every single person in this crowd. There must be, what, 2 to 3 million people here tonight? The media industry is crumbling, the internet has won, truth is dead. The Russians hacked Truth's Facebook, Pauline Hanson gave it a vaccination and made it autistic. Donald Trump strangled it with his little hands, Mark Latham called it gay, and then Kendall Jenner fucked it to death. Now, none of that happened, but you would click the shit out of that article. Personally, I've known for years that you've got to fake news to make news. I've always known that bullshit news sells, because I grew up in Warrnambool, in country Victoria, where nothing fucking happens. But Warrnambool still has a newspaper, and so sometimes that newspaper gets a little bit desperate. I remember once I was overseas, I was in the UK, and I called my friend Jeremy at home and said, "Hey, Jeremy, what's going on in Warrnambool? What's the Warrnambool news?" And he said, "Oh, not too much. Oh, did you hear about the Bacardi Breezer on the top of the Norfolk Pine?" So what? He said, "Yeah, someone took a Bacardi Breezer, put it at the top of a Norfolk Pine, and no one knows how they got it up there." And that made the front page of the Warrnambool Standard. I said, "No, Jeremy, that hadn't made it to London. Must have got lost on the wires." There are two nightclubs in Warrnambool. A few years ago, there were a few incidents of a few scuffles happening around the nightclub area. So in response, the local paper, the Warrnambool Standard, nicknamed the stretch of road between the two nightclubs the Gaza Strip. This is absolutely true. This article is insane, right? Warrnambool's notorious nightclub precinct has earned... Nightclub precincts, there are two fucking nightclubs. Like a small piece of Middle East land that borders the Mediterranean Sea, the Gaza Strip is... Yeah, the likeness is uncanny, ladies and gentlemen. That's Warrnambool at the top, by the way. We don't want the real news anymore. We want fake bullshit news wrapped up in shiny wrapping paper. That's the entire business model of the Daily Mail Online. Hey, Daily Mail, here's a headline for you. Graphic design exists. You go on that website, it looks like someone's vomited news and HTML and code everywhere. It's a heady cocktail of bigotry and tits. They're not afraid to cover the big news, the Daily Mail. Here's a typical day in the Daily Mail newsroom. Hey everyone, someone on Twitter is saying that Chrissy Swan did a poo. Oh my God. Stop the presses, write a long and unwieldy headline about it, like, I don't know, shitty Swan drops the kids off at the pool, and by that we mean she went plop plop, what will her husband think, #Swanlog, and publish it immediately. Wait, shouldn't we fact check it in some way? Absolutely not. But don't forget to post that article with 85 photos of Chrissy Swan and 24 photos of poo. Who's reading the Daily Mail Online? Is it just people who can't keep up with the Herald Sun? Oh, all this racism and welfare bashing is confusing me. Do it in pictures. Explain the Syrian refugee crisis me to the medium of GIFs. Oh, shit. Sorry, what? Okay. Right, okay, I'm hearing we're getting breaking news at the moment, actually, right now. We have to interrupt the debate. I'm sorry, we have to cross to the great debate newsroom. Over to you, Tracy Spicer.
Thanks, Tom. You look great today.
Thank you.
I'm Tracy Spicer, and this is breaking real news that's actually fully true for reals. The United Nations has issued its most decisive action in the Syrian crisis to date, with the launch of a new hashtag. Hashtag Bashar al-Assad face is expected to bring an almost instantaneous end to hostilities, accompanied by the UN's toughest worded resolution on Syria, which states, "Tut, tut, tut." I'm Tracy Spicer, and I'm a goddamn legend.
Tracy Spicer, ladies and gentlemen. Tracy goddamn Spicer. Pretty impressive, guys. I'm not prepared to call Tracy Spicer a liar. Are you, Sammy J? If that is your real name, which is not, you are fake news. Sammy J, or as I call him, me with a terminal illness. We don't want the real news anymore. We just want the news that comforts us and confirms all our suspicions within our own little bubbles. We're all in our bubbles. I know I'm in a bubble. People who vote for Pauline Hanson are working in coal mines in country Queensland. I'm a gay Greens voting comedian living in Fitzroy North. Not a lot of crossover there, guys. Sometimes I go to Queensland to do my comedy shows, but the Hanson voters don't come to my shows, for I am not a crusty demon. I know I'm in the bubble, and how good's... Are you guys in the bubble too? Fuck yeah, you are, ABC audience. How good's the bubble? Fuck, I love the bubble. Everyone's like, oh, we need to get out of the bubble. No, I love it in the bubble. All my favourite things are in the bubble. Smashed avocado, lattes, the bi-curious hipsters. Fuck, I love the bubble. In the bubble, I get to use my iPhone to tweet about the evils of capitalism. Get to use my MacBook to write about privilege. Get to use $70 of my disposable income on tickets to plays about the struggles of the working class. Fuck, I love the bubble. Don't make me leave the bubble, mama. The only news that pierces the bubble is the good stuff, the fake stuff, the stuff that makes us feel safe in the bubble. That's why I love reading The Guardian. I don't give a shit if they're true or not. Guardian headlines are so comforting. Teaching soy yoga to Syrian refugees helped me come out as transgender. Oh. That sounds lovely. Is your white guilt being recycled? I don't know if it is. How to help the homeless without having to talk to them. Oh. The news is now fabricated and divided up between the two echo chambers, left and right, left and right. We're going to lose those words. They're bullshit at this point. They don't mean anything. I think we should lose the words, just go with sounds, okay? Be much more evocative, be way better, okay? You got right-wing people? Any right-wing people in tonight? Yes, because this show is happening inside the bubble. Now, your right-wing people, that's small government, strong borders, traditional values, free market economy. This goes for 5 minutes. Okay, then you got left-wing people, social justice, the environment, political correctness. And that is my impression of Q&A. Join the conversation, people. You got to fake news to make the news because fake news is the news, people. The top 50 fake news stories on Facebook in 2016 generated a total of 21.5 million reactions. Facebook is now the biggest platform for news in the world. I get all my news from Facebook. That's how I learn about the Mafia Wars. That's how I keep up to date on the Candy Crush saga. That's where I first read the story about how Kirsty is a fucking bitch. Seriously. The US Senate Intelligence Committee has suggested that Russia paid up to 1,000 people to create and disseminate fake news stories about Hillary Clinton during the election. And the craziest fake news story has to be Pizzagate, okay? This was an insane conspiracy theory that Hillary Clinton and her foundation were involved in running a child sex trafficking operation out of a pizzeria, which is disgusting, particularly from a food handling point of view. I mean, are the kids wearing gloves or what's going on, you know? I'll just have the pizza, hold the child prostitute. Thanks very much. I don't want any Margaret in my margarita, okay? They're not real, you fucking idiots! Oh, those poor imaginary children. Pizzagate was an entirely baseless, completely made-up story, but it went viral and ended up being believed by 46% of Trump voters, which is insane. But the most insane thing is that Pizzagate was also believed by 17% of Clinton voters, which means that these people believed that Hillary Clinton operated a child sex ring out of a pizza shop and voted for her anyway. Call me crazy. When it comes to voting for a political candidate, operating a child sex ring, that's what I would call a fucking deal breaker. If I believed my political candidate of choice was operating a child sex ring, I wouldn't be like, yeah, but what's her position on negative gearing? Sure, she's selling children with a side of garlic bread, but she was also endorsed by Beyonce. What up? Oh, what's that? We have some more breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Over to you, Tracy.
Breaking news now, and Minister for Foreign Affairs Julie Bishop has ended years of speculation by confirming that she is, in fact, a high-ranking official agent working for the advancement of the worldwide syndicate of lizard people. The lizard people have released a statement in response to the news saying, hiss, hiss. I'm Tracy Spicer, worship me.
Tracy Spicer, people. That's the news. Tonight, my friends, my teammates and I will prove to you beyond a shadow of a doubt that in 2017 you got to fake news to make news. Reject the truth, embrace the fake, make the news, and in this terrifying post-truth shitstorm of a world, grab the nearest available pussy and hang on for dear life. Thank you very much.